Did you know that over 300,000 seniors are hospitalized for fall-related injuries every year, and that nearly 45% of these cases are directly linked to improper footwear? This silent epidemic is quietly stealing mobility, independence, and joy from millions of older adults. Most seniors don't realize this hidden threat until it's too late, and by then, their freedom has already slipped away. Stay with me, because today, it could save your future. Meet Thomas, a 72-year-old retired teacher who had always dreamed of spending his golden years walking with his grandchildren and enjoying the simple pleasures of life. But one rainy afternoon, everything changed. While wearing his trusted, well-worn loafers, Thomas slipped on a damp kitchen floor. In one heartbreaking moment, he fractured his hip, and doctors warned he might never walk independently again. It wasn't a rare illness or a major accident that stole Thomas's freedom. It was the shoes he thought were safe. As someone who spent over a decade helping seniors regain their strength, balance, and independence, I've seen countless cases where a single overlooked detail, a pair of old shoes, turned into a life-altering catastrophe. That's why today's message is so important. You see, the shoes that carried you comfortably through your 40s could quietly disable you by 70. This isn't exaggeration, it's basic biology. As we age, our feet undergo three major changes. The protective fat padding thins dramatically, leaving bones and nerves exposed to impact. Nerve receptors that maintain balance deteriorate by up to 30% after 65. And joints grow hypersensitive to minor misalignments, turning small gait problems into chronic pain and instability. And here's what's most concerning. Many seniors keep wearing the same types of shoes, unaware that their bodies and their needs have changed dramatically. Before we dive into today's critical lessons, take a moment. If you care about maintaining your independence and vitality, please hit the like button to support this mission, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another life-changing tip. And share in the comments below, when was the last time you truly evaluated your footwear? Your experience might just inspire someone else to take action before it's too late. Now, get ready, because up next, we'll reveal the 8 deadly footwear choices silently stealing your golden years, starting with one common mistake you might have in your closet right now. Let's dive in. 1. High heels, the silent architect of pain. You might think it's harmless, but even a 2-inch heel could be quietly wrecking your knees, hips, and back. Do you still have heels in your closet? Comment a high heel shoe if you do, because what you're about to learn might change the way you look at them forever. High heels have long been celebrated as a symbol of elegance, power, and confidence. They make legs appear longer, posture seem more poised, and outfits feel complete. But behind that glamorous image lurks a harsh reality that most people don't see until it's too late. Even a modest 2-inch lift throws your entire body out of its natural alignment. Your feet, the very foundation of your body, are forced into an unnatural downward tilt with every step you take. This imbalance doesn't just affect your toes, although they suffer first, bearing up to 75% more pressure than they were ever designed to handle. Cramped into narrow toe boxes, your toes are pushed together unnaturally, stressing delicate tendons, nerves, and ligaments. But the real damage doesn't stop at your feet. Your knees strain under the shifted weight distribution, your hips rotate awkwardly to compensate, and your lower back curves unnaturally, often resulting in chronic pain that can last for years. I've seen this devastating cascade play out countless times among seniors I've worked with. What begins as subtle discomfort evolves into major mobility issues, often mistaken as just part of getting older. But it's not aging, it's preventable damage, silently accumulated over decades. Janet, Thomas's wife, learned this painful truth the hard way. After years of wearing so-called practical 2-inch pumps for work, her feet collapsed into painful bunions requiring surgical correction. A grueling 12-week recovery that temporarily stole her independence right at the moment she and Thomas had planned to travel the world together. And here's a deeper truth many doctors fail to emphasize. It's not just about the heels you wear today, it's about the cumulative damage from decades past. Even if you rarely wear heels now, the structural deformities, bunions, hammer toes, shortened Achilles tendons, can haunt your steps for the rest of your life. Now, as we move forward, brace yourself, because the next common footwear mistake is even more deceptively comfortable, yet it quietly destroys your posture and joint health with every casual step. Let's talk about flip-flops. 2. Flip-flops, the illusion of comfort that betrays your body. They seem so harmless, don't they? Those lightweight, breezy flip-flops you slip on during warm days, feeling the soft breeze against your toes. But what if I told you that this beloved footwear could be setting off a chain reaction of pain through your entire body? Curious how? Let's dive deeper. Flip-flops, despite their easygoing image, are foot health destroyers in disguise. Every step you take in flip-flops forces your toes to grip tightly to keep the shoe from flying off, disrupting your natural walking mechanics. Over time, this constant gripping creates excessive strain not only in your toes but throughout your entire lower body. Your feet, ankles, knees, hips, and even your spine are all forced to compensate for the instability. Unlike proper footwear that supports and moves with your foot, flip-flops make your body adapt to their instability, the exact opposite of what aging joints and muscles need. Worse yet, flip-flops provide virtually no arch support and almost no shock absorption. For younger bodies, this might be manageable. But after 60, when your tissue resilience diminishes, every step sends jarring impact forces straight into your bones and joints, accelerating wear, inflammation, and long-term damage. I've seen seniors lose months, sometimes years, of mobility due to conditions triggered by these so-called comfortable shoes. Thomas himself learned this painful lesson on a retirement trip to Florida. After just 3 days of wearing flip-flops around the pool, restaurants, and sandy beaches, he developed severe plantar fasciitis, a stabbing heel pain that required 6 months of physical therapy to heal. The worst part? The pain didn't stay in his feet. As he unconsciously altered his gait to avoid the discomfort, the stress traveled to his knees, hips, and lower back, creating a vicious cycle of pain and instability. And here's the catch many don't realize. Even if you feel fine now wearing flip-flops, the cumulative stress is quietly building with every casual step you take. Before you know it, that freedom to move pain-free could vanish. So, if you're tempted to slip on those flip-flops tomorrow, think twice. Your future mobility depends on it. But if you think flip-flops are bad, wait until you discover the next mistake, a footwear habit that silently sabotages your joints even when you think you're being responsible. Let's talk about worn-out sneakers. 3. Worn-out sneakers, the silent betrayal beneath your feet. You might look down at your sneakers and think, they still look fine. Why replace them? But what if I told you that even sneakers that appear perfectly good on the outside might be quietly sabotaging your joints with every step you take? When was the last time you truly checked your sneakers' support? 40% of their cushioning could be gone, silently hurting you. Share your honest answer below. Your story could help others wake up to this hidden danger. Most people assume that as long as their shoes have no holes or visible damage, they're safe to wear. But the truth is, sneakers, especially athletic ones, begin losing their shock-absorbing power after just 6 months of regular use. The midsole foam, the very heart of the shoe designed to protect your joints from impact, gradually compresses and deteriorates over time. On the outside, your sneakers may look almost brand new, but inside, they're no longer doing their job. And for seniors, whose bones and joints are already more vulnerable, this invisible breakdown can be devastating. I've witnessed seniors struggle with mysterious knee, hip, and lower back pain, often misattributing it to aging, when in fact the real culprit was worn-out footwear offering no real support. Thomas experienced this firsthand. His sneakers, clean and neat after 3 years, seemed perfectly fine. But hidden beneath the surface, the cushioning had collapsed, silently allowing every step to pound his joints with unforgiving force. His knee pain worsened until he could barely enjoy his daily walks. Only after replacing his old sneakers with a properly cushioned, supportive pair did he find relief. His knee pain disappeared within just 2 weeks. Imagine the unnecessary suffering he could have avoided. If you want to protect your joints and mobility, here's a quick test. Grab your everyday shoes and try twisting them from heel to toe. If they twist easily like a rag, the support structure is gone. It's time to replace them. Your future self will thank you. But if you think worn-out sneakers are the only quiet danger lurking in your daily routine, think again. The next mistake is hiding right inside your own home, and it's responsible for some of the most dangerous falls among seniors. Let's talk about backless slippers. 4. Backless slippers, the hidden trap inside your own home. They feel so comfortable, so convenient, don't they? Those soft, easy to slip on backless slippers that greet your tired feet after a long day. But would you still wear them if you knew they might be quietly setting you up for a devastating fall? They seem innocent, but they're not. Every time you take a step in backless slippers, your toes instinctively grip to keep the shoe from sliding off, altering your natural gait without you even realizing it. This tiny adjustment might seem harmless at first, but over time, it shortens your stride, increases muscle tension in your calves, ankles, and feet, and seriously compromises your balance. I've seen it happen far too often. Seniors who once moved with ease now struggling with instability, unaware that their cozy house slippers are partly to blame. Worse yet, backless slippers typically offer little to no arch support, forcing your foot muscles to overwork just to maintain basic stability. This added strain not only leads to fatigue, but can ripple up your body, affecting your knees, hips, and lower back. Thomas's neighbor, Ruth, a vibrant 78-year-old who prided herself on her independence, became another heartbreaking example. One evening, rushing to answer the doorbell, her backless slippers betrayed her. She slipped on the stairs, fractured her wrist, and spent months regaining the ability to manage daily tasks. The paramedics later told Thomas they see accidents like Ruth's every single week, most often caused by unsuitable indoor footwear. It's easy to underestimate the risk because backless slippers feel safe. They're familiar. They seem gentle. But they are silent saboteurs, especially after the age of 65 when balance systems naturally weaken. If you're wearing slippers without heel support, think of it like driving without a seatbelt. You might feel free, but you're dangerously exposed. Choose wisely. A well-designed house shoe with full coverage and non-slip soles could be the simplest, most powerful tool to preserve your freedom at home. But if you think indoor footwear is the only hidden hazard, brace yourself. The next mistake could be lurking under your very feet every time you step outside. Let's talk about smooth-soled shoes. 5. Smooth-soled shoes. The invisible slip waiting to happen. They look sleek. They look polished. But could your favorite loafers or dress shoes secretly be turning everyday surfaces into traps? If you've ever had a close call slipping at home or outside, even for a second, you know exactly how terrifying it feels. Comment, almost slipped. If you've ever had that heart-pounding moment, your story might help others stay safe. Many seniors, and even their families, don't realize how treacherous smooth-soled shoes can become over time. Shoes with worn-down soles or naturally slick bottoms, like many dress shoes or loafers, gradually lose the traction patterns that grip the ground and keep you steady. Even when they look almost new, their ability to resist sliding on slick surfaces, like kitchen tiles, wet patios, or polished wood floors, can drop by up to 75%. I've seen it time and again. One tiny puddle on a tile floor, one invisible patch of morning dew, and suddenly a seemingly stable step turns into a disastrous fall. Thomas experienced this firsthand. He was simply walking across his kitchen in his favorite leather-soled loafers when a few unnoticed drops of water turned his floor into a skating rink. His foot flew out from under him before he could react, twisting his back painfully, a warning shot he ignored until a bigger fall months later left him severely injured. The danger isn't about clumsiness. It's about physics. Smooth soles dramatically reduce friction, making slips far more likely, especially when reflexes slow naturally with age. If you want to protect yourself, here's a quick test you can do today. While wearing your everyday shoes, gently try sliding your foot forward across a hard floor. If it glides easily without resistance, your shoes could be a hidden hazard. It's time to rethink your footwear, because safe shoes should resist sliding, not encourage it. But if you think slick soles are dangerous, wait until you hear about the next mistake, one hiding inside your most trustworthy pair of shoes. It's about tight dress shoes and how they quietly damage your nerves and circulation without you even feeling it. Let's explore it together. 6. Tight-fitting dress shoes. When fashion quietly damages your feet, they still fit, right? Maybe a little snug, but manageable. Here's the hidden truth. After 60, your feet have changed shape more than you realize. And those once perfect dress shoes may now be silently cutting off your circulation and setting you up for dangerous falls. If you haven't measured your feet in the last 5 years, comment time to measure, because most seniors are shocked when they learn the truth. Aging doesn't just change the way we move, it reshapes us from the ground up. Over decades, the ligaments and tendons that hold your foot bones together gradually stretch, causing your feet to widen, often by half a size or more. But most seniors, out of habit, continue buying the same shoe size they wore at 40 or 50, unknowingly squeezing their aging feet into too narrow spaces. This compression isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Tight dress shoes can restrict blood flow to your toes, heighten your risk of ulcers, especially if you have diabetes, and, even worse, compress nerves, leading to numbness and balance loss. I've witnessed seniors stumble repeatedly, puzzled by their sudden clumsiness, when in reality, they were losing foot sensation due to compressed nerves from ill-fitting shoes. Thomas experienced this firsthand at his grandson's wedding. Dusting off his old dress shoes, he assumed they'd be fine for one evening. But by the end of the reception, he was limping from burning foot pain. Even more concerning, he spent the next several weeks battling numbness in parts of his feet, a frightening reminder of how small mistakes can have long-lasting consequences. Remember, foot width often increases with age even when the length stays the same. A shoe that seems long enough can still dangerously pinch and compress. If you haven't been professionally fitted recently, you owe it to yourself to get measured properly. It could be the simplest change that preserves your freedom. But if tight shoes seem bad, what if I told you the next mistake involves something even riskier, going completely barefoot, leaving your aging joints exposed without any protection at all? Stay with me. This one might surprise you even more. 7. Going barefoot when natural isn't safe anymore. It feels natural, doesn't it? That familiar, barefoot freedom at home, cool floors underfoot, no shoes weighing you down. But what if I told you that walking barefoot after 60 could quietly be stealing your balance, accelerating joint damage, and setting you up for serious falls? If you're watching this video barefoot right now, type barefoot in the comments, because what you learned today might just protect your future mobility. Walking barefoot might feel nostalgic and liberating, but modern realities make it far more dangerous than most seniors realize. Unlike the grassy fields or soft earth our ancestors walked on, today's homes are filled with hard, unforgiving surfaces like tile, hardwood, and concrete. These surfaces send up to 7 times more impact shock through your joints compared to walking on natural ground. For aging joints already battling arthritis or thinning cartilage, each barefoot step delivers micro-trauma that slowly compounds into pain and instability. Beyond the impact forces, there's another hidden danger. Without proper footwear, your feet lose critical sensory feedback that helps maintain balance. After 65, natural proprioception, the body's sense of position, already declines by about 30%. Walking barefoot worsens this decline, forcing your muscles and joints to work harder to avoid stumbles. Thomas found this out the hard way. One morning, while walking barefoot to make his coffee, he stepped on a tiny breadcrumb he didn't even feel. Because of mild diabetic neuropathy, that small cut turned into a dangerous foot ulcer, requiring months of specialized care and limiting his ability to walk safely. Even if you don't have diabetes, the risks are real. A small slip, an unnoticed splinter, or a sudden loss of balance can cascade into life-altering consequences. I always tell my senior clients, protecting your feet means protecting your freedom. Lightweight, supportive house shoes with non-slip soles aren't a burden. They're an essential ally in maintaining your strength and independence. But if you think going barefoot is the last mistake to worry about, think again. The next common error is something even more widespread, and it's the hidden belief that one pair of shoes can do it all. Let's dive into the one-pair-fits-all trap next. 8. One-pair-fits-all mentality, when convenience costs you mobility. It sounds practical, doesn't it? One good pair of shoes for everything: walking, gardening, shopping, social events. But what if I told you that relying on a single pair of shoes might quietly be damaging your joints, increasing your fall risk, and wearing your body down faster than you realize? If you've ever worn the same shoes all day for different activities, comment guilty or safe below. It's time to find out where you stand. As we age, our movements become more specialized. The stability you need for gardening, with all its kneeling and sudden shifts, isn't the same as the cushioning required for long neighborhood walks or the traction needed for slick outdoor surfaces. Yet studies show that over 78% of seniors still rely on just one favorite pair of shoes for almost every daily activity. I've seen firsthand how this habit leads to faster shoe breakdown, inadequate support during key movements, and a dramatically higher risk of injuries. Thomas himself fell into this trap. He invested in one sturdy pair of sneakers, comfortable enough for errands, walks, even church. But using them across different surfaces and activities wore them down unevenly, stripping away their intended support. Soil embedded in the soles from gardening reduced their grip on sidewalks. The lack of side-to-side stability strained his knees. Eventually, small stresses accumulated until simple movements became painful. It doesn't have to be this way. Foot specialists today recommend dividing your footwear needs into 3 essential zones: supportive house shoes, daily walking shoes, and activity-specific shoes. This simple shift can dramatically reduce wear and tear, not just on your shoes, but on your joints and independence too. And here's the best part. Buying the right shoes for the right job often costs less in the long run than paying medical bills from a preventable injury. Now that we've uncovered the 8 deadly footwear mistakes that quietly steal your strength and freedom, it's time to shift gears. Let's move beyond problems and into solutions. 3 proven strategies that could transform your mobility and protect your golden years. Let's dive into them next. 9. Life-changing solution 1. Professional shoe fitting. Rediscover the true size of your freedom. You might think you know your shoe size. But what if I told you that after 60, most people are wearing shoes that no longer fit their actual feet? Over 80% of adults unknowingly wear the wrong size, too narrow, too short, or both. When was the last time you had your feet professionally measured? Comment never, or recently. You might be shocked by what you discover. As a senior health specialist, I can tell you this. Aging doesn't just change our stamina and strength, it literally reshapes our feet. Years of standing, walking, and natural ligament stretching cause feet to widen and arches to flatten. Yet many seniors cling to outdated shoe sizes from decades ago, unknowingly compressing their feet into tight, unsupportive spaces. A proper professional fitting isn't just about length. It's about measuring the true width at multiple points, assessing arch height and flexibility, and even analyzing your gait, how your feet strike the ground with every step. When Thomas finally agreed to a professional fitting after battling knee and foot pain, he discovered he had been wearing shoes a full size too narrow for years. The change was immediate: better balance, reduced foot fatigue, and a surprising boost in confidence. Finding a qualified fitter, someone trained in aging foot anatomy, can transform your mobility more than any medication. Look for stores specializing in comfort or orthopedic footwear, not just trendy shoes. And ask smart questions. How does my arch height affect my support needs? Where do I place the most pressure when walking? Small adjustments guided by expertise can have a profound impact on daily comfort and long-term independence. But professional fitting is just the beginning. Because once you know your true size, the next step is understanding that not all shoes are created equal for every task. Stay with me, let's explore the 3-zone footwear system next, and why it could be the simplest blueprint to safeguard your strength for years to come. 10. Life-changing solution 2. The 3-zone system, matching your shoes to your life. What if I told you that no single shoe, no matter how expensive or comfortable, can safely support all the movements you make every day? It's true. And embracing the 3-zone footwear system could be the simplest, smartest way to protect your joints and preserve your freedom. If you've ever worn your walking shoes to garden, shop, and relax at home all in the same day, comment, one shoe day. You're definitely not alone. Most seniors unknowingly expect too much from one pair of shoes. But the reality is, each daily activity places different demands on your feet, ankles, and knees. Gardening involves side-to-side shifts and kneeling. Daily errands require flexible support for prolonged walking. Even moving around the house calls for stability and grip to prevent dangerous slips. Using one pair of shoes for everything often means your shoes and your joints wear down unevenly and prematurely. That's where the 3-zone system comes in. Zone 1 is supportive house shoes, closed back, non-slip, easy-on footwear designed to stabilize your first steps of the day and protect you inside your home. Zone 2 is everyday walking shoes, lightweight, properly cushioned, offering full arch support and heel stability for trips to the grocery store, strolls around the neighborhood, or casual outings. Zone 3 is activity-specific shoes, designed for specialized movements like gardening, hiking, or formal events, providing the exact type of support needed for each activity's unique stresses. Thomas learned this firsthand after dividing his footwear by zones. His morning stiffness eased, his knee pain diminished, and his risk of falls dropped dramatically, all without surgery or medication. Think about it. You wouldn't use a single tool for every job around the house. Why expect your shoes to do what 3 specialized pairs could do far better? Investing wisely in the right footwear saves not just your feet, but your future independence. And here's the best news: it doesn't have to be expensive. Strategic purchases, focusing on quality and fit for each zone, cost far less than one emergency room visit after a fall. But there's still one more secret to unlocking lasting foot health, and it's a game changer: using custom orthotics and adjustments to make every step safer. Let's dive into it next. 11. Life-changing solution 3. Custom orthotics and shoe adjustments, turning every step into therapy. Most seniors think a soft insole is enough. But what if I told you that true foot health comes not from adding cushion, but from correcting the way your entire body moves? That's where custom orthotics and strategic shoe adjustments come into play. Have you ever tried custom inserts before? Comment, tried it, or curious. You might be surprised at the difference the right support can make. Unlike over-the-counter insoles that simply add padding, true orthotics are designed to realign your foot structure, distribute pressure evenly, and correct hidden gait imbalances that often lead to knee, hip, and back pain. Think of drugstore insoles as reading glasses. They help a little. But orthotics are like prescription lenses, precisely tailored to your body's needs. I've seen seniors go from daily discomfort to pain-free mobility just by using properly molded orthotics. And here's the good news: not every orthotic solution has to cost hundreds of dollars. Heat moldable inserts, ones you warm in your oven and step into for a custom fit, often deliver 70 to 80% of the benefit of fully custom devices at a fraction of the cost. Thomas discovered this firsthand. After struggling with recurring foot and knee pain, he invested in heat moldable inserts for under $40. The change was immediate: better arch support, reduced knee stress, and the ability to walk longer without fatigue. Small adjustments can also work wonders. Simple upgrades like replacing factory insoles with gel versions, using professional shoe stretching services to relieve tight spots, or adding strategic cushioning pads at pressure points can dramatically enhance comfort and prevent injuries. Medicare may even help cover fully custom orthotics when prescribed for specific conditions like diabetic neuropathy or severe foot deformities. Just be sure to ask about therapeutic orthotics for fall prevention. It's an investment not just in your feet, but in your independence, your confidence, and your joy of movement. Now that we've explored the 3 life-changing solutions: professional fittings, the 3-zone system, and customized orthotic support, it's time to bring everything together. Stay with me for the powerful conclusion, where we'll recap today's vital lessons and share the inspiring transformation that could be waiting for you. If there's one lesson that echoes through every story we shared today, it's this: your steps are precious. Your ability to walk confidently, to move freely, to live independently, these are treasures too valuable to leave to chance. And the shoes you choose each day either protect those treasures or slowly erode them without you even realizing it. We uncovered 8 deadly footwear mistakes: high heels, flip-flops, worn-out sneakers, backless slippers, smooth-soled shoes, tight dress shoes, going barefoot, and relying on just one pair for everything. Each of these habits might seem harmless at first, but over time, they quietly chip away at your strength, balance, and independence. But the good news is, change is within your reach. By getting professionally fitted, adopting the 3-zone system, and using custom orthotics or strategic adjustments, you can reclaim not just better foot health, but a better quality of life. Small, consistent actions today can create a ripple effect that safeguards your future for years to come. Thomas's story isn't unique. After taking these steps, he transformed his life from struggling with pain and fear of falling to hiking trails with his grandchildren. His journey is living proof that no matter your age, you have the power to change your path. Now, it's your turn. What will your next step be? Will you keep trusting old habits, or will you protect the vibrant future you deserve? I hope you choose wisely. Your future self will thank you. Backhand index pointing right. If you found value in today's video, please hit the like button. It helps others discover these life-changing tips. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss more practical advice for thriving in your golden years. Backhand index pointing right, and I would love to hear from you. Which footwear mistake surprised you the most, or what change are you inspired to make after today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. You never know who your story might inspire. Your steps matter. Your freedom matters. Start protecting them today.